G'day guys, once again welcome back to another episode of the Bush TV. This time I'm starting off in Licola and I'm heading up to a nice little hut and I'm going to meet up with a mate down at Kevington. And in saying that, we're going to be camped on the Goulburn River right there in a nice little pristine spot, and we're going to do some exploring through the high country on the way back and double back through Licola again. So sit back, relax, enjoy the Bush TV and just check out what I get up to. This episode is proudly supported by Sign Shop Australia, the Licola Caravan Park, YV Sheds and Barns, Profit Kitchens and Admiral Towing. Further supported by Vic High Country Trips, Info and Vehicle Setups on the Facebook page. Licola, the gateway to the high country, and a perfect place to start, finish or even stop mid-trip for a break. The general store offers fuel, supplies, powered sites, non-powered sites, showers and some cabins for functions. It's a great spot with friendly atmosphere and definitely has my tick of approval. It's time to set up the camp and relax by the McAllister River for a couple of hours before we hit the swag and get ready to hit the tracks for the next day. Well, just woken up to a real good day here in Licola. The sun's out, the birds are singing, that river's there, it's absolutely pristine. So I'm going to pack up this camp, and then we're going to hit the track. We're going to take the other way around because there's a bit of road damage on the Jamison Licola road still that they're sort of sorting out. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to find a nice spot in the bush tonight, not on any rivers, just off the track. I'm going to make my own sort of camp. I have camped in this spot before a long time ago, but I just want to go and check it out. There was an old hut that burnt down just at the bottom of this track. Just want to go and have a look at it. There's no hut there now, but we might make that our spot for the night, and we'll kick back and relax and listen to those birds in the bush. It's absolutely fantastic out here. Well, it's time to hit the tracks, and we're heading on Target Creek Road around the bypass due to the earthquake damage on the Jamison Licola Road. By the time I've published this video, that road has been fixed and sealed and ready to go. Well guys, I'm trying to find this spot. It's one of the spots I've camped in before. It's right in the middle of the bush, like it's a wild camp. It's a real good spot. And I just stumbled across something. So I just stumbled across this hut in the middle of nowhere. It's not on the map. Some of you might know what it's called and where it is. But in this case, I'm not going to say where it is. I'm going to keep this one a secret. Like I said before, I was going to wild camp in the middle of the bush tonight, but I might just stay here and park the car up there. I just had a look inside the hut. It's not too bad. It's got a couple of pot bellies in there, so I might get one of those going to keep it warm in the night. And cook up a nice stir fry tonight on the fire, just up there behind me. There's a nice fire pit. And get settled in for the day. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. It is quite chilly up here, so we're quite high. It's about 1,300 metres, I'd say. So we're in the high country, and yeah, I'm going to go and have a look around and park the car up and get that set up over there so I can set up a bit of light and get settled in for the day. I think it's quite a discovery, actually. I don't know how long this hut's been here for. I have been down this track in the past. I'm not going to say where it is, unfortunately. It keeps a secret, this one. If you do know the name of the hut and you do know where it is, please keep it to yourself. If you do know the name of the hut, PM me on Facebook. I'm quite intrigued to know who built it and what's the name of it. So, yeah, PM me on Facebook and we'll go from there. But keep it out of the comments, this one. Well, it's not too bad inside. Might be a little bit small to sleep in, but yeah, I might have a crack at it tonight. I don't think I can sleep outside unless I'd sleep just down there. But it's a bit hilly down there, so let's get a fire going and get settled in for the day. Okay guys, it is time to start my cook up. Now in tonight's cook up, and cheers to everyone who bought a stubby holder, by the way. Much appreciate the support. If you want one, check out the Facebook page. The links are in there for the stubby holders and the stickers. So okay guys, so tonight is a little bit of a different cook up. I'm going to cook up some chicken breast with some broccolini, red capsicum. I got a couple of spices to go in, and we're going to cook it up in some of those Chinese sort of style noodles with a bit of a grated sort of carrot stir fry. So let's get into this before it gets too dark. The fire's going over there in the back. It took me quite a bit of time to get going, so a few hours exactly. So we got it going. It's enough for a coal base just to cook on. I've got a pot belly going inside the hut just over there, so she's nice and warm in the hut. Let's get the cook going before it gets dark. Let's get the party started. All right. First things first, I've got to chop up this breast piece. I did try and get some chopped up breast pieces from the supermarket, but I didn't have any, so I've got to do it manually with my knife that I've got right here. This is that fantastic knife that everyone sees me using in these TV shows. So let's go and do it. Let's chop it up. So I didn't expect to like find this hut on this trip. This trip's meant to be Licola to Kevington, so Anyways, it is what it is. I was going to wild camp tonight in the bush, and I stumbled across this hut. So yeah, so we're here and let's make the most of it. Like I said, I got the pot belly going inside there. This dish is going to be pretty good, I reckon. Like, once I chop it up into a couple of cubes, we get it on the frying pan. Tomorrow night we're in Kevington. I am meeting up with a friend of mine who I did call when I was in the Licola caravan park. I called him up and asked him what he's up to, and he's not doing much. So he's going to meet me down in Kevington. So that's going to be really good. We're going to have some company down there. And unfortunately, because it's during the week, the Kevington pub is not open. So I would like to go on in there, and same as the same as the Woods Point pub, I would have liked to have gone in there, maybe for a beer or so. So it's not open, so we'll drive on past and have a bit of a look at it, and a bit of history around the old Kevington pub, if any one of you know it, with the convicts that escaped from jail. And there was a bit of a fire and all sorts of things around the pub, so they actually escaped and got intercepted up on the South Road before they hit Licola. So it was funny. I was in Licola a couple of months ago and I met the original owners, not the previous owner now, from the not the owner before Leanne, the ones previous, which were like there for a very long time. I know the lady's name was Helen. I've forgotten the guy's name, but they were driving some type of Triumph motorbike or something like that. And yeah, they popped in and I was there. So it was an experience, and they told me the story about the Kevington Hotel and how the police came in. They took over the whole Licola general store and served customers and everything, waiting for these escapees to sort of pull up and they could nab them. I did ask the two owners, or previous owners, if they did want an interview with me for the Bush TV, but they declined. They didn't really. They were a little bit camera shy, so it doesn't matter. Like it was a good experience to meet the two previous owners. I had been in there before. I had met the two previous owners and bought merch back in the 90s from Licola. Okay, I am going to oil up the pan. It's just over there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Frying pan is there. So over here, we give that a bit of an oil. She's nice and clean, all ready to go. It's just not preheated just yet. That will get nice and oily, and this can also go in the fire when we get to it. Now the chicken can go in. That's in. Awesome. Now what we're going to do now, I've got to chop up some carrot, some broccolini and some red capsicum and throw that in the frying pan. Right, in this one I've got a red capsicum, so we'll just obviously chop up as much as we can of it without all those seeds. Don't know what's going on over there. Anyway, I sort of do this when I make pizza. This is going to be nice. This is going to be a nice dish. Like, I did think about what I was going to do. Okay, so the capsicum's nice and chopped. That goes in. There's a little bit of water there. The next step, obviously, I've got a carrot. So I've got to peel it off and then chop it up real fine. Because it's, like I said, stir fry. You want to cook the carrot sort of reasonably fast. But obviously, carrot's carrot. It does take a bit of heat to cook. Okay, so carrot's done in the pan. We can get it all in there. Okay, the next ingredient is broccolini. Now, you can use those green beans, but I prefer to use this. I find broccolini just cooks up nicely in the pan, so, and it's nice and easy to cut. Where those beans are good as well, you can just sort of throw them in. But this is pretty good. So just sort of chop it up nice and fine. It's nice and easy to sort of chop up and chop the whole thing basic. The carry-on birdie agrees with me. We know, mate, we know you're there. Yeah. The carry-on bird is about. He was over there before in the tree watching me. Right, straight in the pan. Now what I'm going to do with the sauce that I was talking about, it's this one right here. Smoky flavoured fused with the heat of the Carolina Reaper. She's pretty hot. So once I cook it up, I'll stir it through and we'll dish it up into noodles. Right, so I don't want to cook it too quick. Sort of take it off if it's a little bit too hot. I don't think it is, but we don't want it to burn. We want to slow cook everything. Get them nice and soft. We don't want to overdo it. So take the frying pan off for a bit. The fire's still got a good coal base. So it's all right enough to cook on. I'm not going to crank that fire too much tonight out here. I'm just going to get it so I can cook on it tonight, and then I'm going to kick back inside the hut. Okay, so let's get it in. Usually would do this with my other arm, but I have an injury. I just lost some as well. I have a bit of an injury in my left arm. I just lost some on the table. We can't eat that because you just can't, so that can go. Maybe we should feed some field mice or something. Oh my, oh my. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, here we go. I'm going to add this sauce in there. This is hot. Like, this will burn your bum the next day in the toilet. So anyway, we are going to add a little bit of this in. That tastes really good as it is. So let's try and get some of this on and then mix it through. It's sort of a little bit hard to get out. No wonder, like, it's pretty hot, right? So you don't need a hell of a lot. Probably that will do, I reckon. No, me, I like hot food, so that will probably do. Just a tiny bit of this stuff. Get those noodles through and sit back and enjoy it. I should start making my bush TV recipes, I reckon. I was thinking about doing that. Oh, that's great. And the spice is just enough. It's through. Oh, there we go. It's a bit of a bush cook, guys. So I'm going to sit down and enjoy it right now. Check that out. Absolutely spot on. I don't cook this good at home, seriously. I'm going to sit down over there and enjoy this. Get myself another one of them. All right. Kick back for the night. Then we're going to hit those tracks tomorrow. We're up there. We're doing a couple of gnarly sort of tracks, but we're going down. I'm not going up. I don't have a... my winch is a bit dodgy. I've got the trigger, but it's dodgy. So if I do get stuck, I've got to do some sort of MacGyver sort of stuff to get it sort of working, but I'm not going to risk it. So we're off to Kevington. I'm meeting up with a mate down there. So we're in down the tracks, through to Woods Point, and into Kevington. We're going to set up a nice camp and have a good old fire and kick back right on the Goulburn River. I'll see you in the morning. Again, thanks for watching the Bush TV. I can't get over how good this is. It's absolutely spot on. I should cook this stuff more often in the bush. It's beautiful. See you in the morning, guys. Thanks for watching. See you there. Well, she's a bit icy this morning. I got up pretty early, about 7, and it was foggy everywhere. It looked really good. Now, that's starting to lift and the sun's coming out. It's time to break camp and hit those tracks. It always pays to check what you got on your roof rack just before you do hit the blacktop or hit those tracks. In my case, I got one of my jerry cans. It's sort of come a little bit loose. I just noticed it before. I just checked it. So I'm up here, just tighten it back up and check out the ice on the swag. Look at that. I'd say it got a bit chilly overnight up here. Now, getting up and down on my roof rack has proven to be a bit of a problem for me. Now, I do go out a lot in the bush, and I do get up and down on the roof rack a lot of the times for the wood, for packing the swag and all the jerry cans and things like that. The table's up there, the tarp. There's a couple of things up there that I've sort of got to get up and down a couple of times to get off the roof rack when I do camping. When I get up on my roof rack, there's really nothing to hang on to. Now, it's caused a bit of a problem in me. I've pulled all these tendons in my elbow here. I've had to have at least 11 weeks off. I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't use this arm. And I've also done something in my shoulder from supporting my own weight, getting up and down. It's got nothing to do with getting old, right? It's the setup that I've got. It's really not very good, and it's not ideal. So I've resolved this problem, and some of you might have a different idea, especially if you've got a tyre on the back with like a wheel carrier or something like that. But even getting up and down on a roof rack and trying to get up off that tyre, if you slip, you're in trouble. Now, I do know someone else who had a bit of a problem with that. But they did it in their leg. Most of you might know who that is. Now, I've gone out and got this ladder. Right, it's just off eBay. It's an extension ladder. It goes about 2.6 meters high. It packs up nice and neat in my car. And that's how I'm going to get up on the roof rack from now on without struggling and pulling tendons in your shoulder and my arm. Okay guys, so that brings this one to an end. It's quite a long video, so I'm going to cut it into 2 parts. Once again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate all your comments and that thumbs up. That helps the channel in a big way. So it's very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the content, and stay tuned for the next episode. And stay safe from the Bush TV.